I mean, one of the more disturbing things that I heard you say in another interview, I think, was, you know, ISIS kind of comes into town, but it's not just them coming into town. You witnessed, you bumped into people who used to be friends or teachers who had joined the cause, so to speak, as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, one of them was my student.
Right.
And I saw my student who was telling me just a few months before the city was occupied that he would also love to become a professor of history. He loves history, he wants to be like a professor, he wants to continue his studies. And all of a sudden I see this boy, an ISIS member in the street, and that I am afraid of him.
Do you have a sense of what motivated some people to be enthusiastic about joining? I mean, is it just the hope of order and security, or is it something else that attracts people?
I mean, it differs from each individual and also groups. But I could put it in three main lines based on what I witnessed. Is that number one, those who were really ideological, like they believed in all of this, like horrible things. I mean, they believed in it. One of them would say that I would find it like easy for me to kill 1,000 persons for the sake of protecting the idea of the caliphate. He said I wouldn't, like my eyes wouldn't blink. I mean, he said like I would kill 1,000 persons.
Yeah.
So he really believes in the idea. He believes in this ideology. The second is those who found it like, who took advantage of the situation. It's kind of like the authority that ISIS gave them. It's like the power, like you have authority over people. You know how this kind of like they fancy this idea of authority. Who wouldn't accept like this kind of like of having the ultimate and the power over the people? Like it's a very like attracting thing. And then you have those, I will make it 4, not 3. And then you have those who didn't know anything about what's happening, and they just want like, okay, why not? Let me just join. I mean, I would call them like those who were like really, like they were stupid. I mean, they didn't have any intellectual thinking, so they just joined.
It came along and they just joined, yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, they didn't. If they might even be not that religious people. They don't probably even they didn't even pray. It's like okay, someone joined. Why shouldn't I? So it's like those who didn't have any idea of what was happening, and then you have those who actually found it a very important opportunity to enrich yourself.
Yeah.
Because
so
ISIS, ISIS was providing really like good sources, financial resources. So those who wanted to enrich like the warlords. And of course, there are many other reasons if we go deep into the story itself. But I couldn't find in any of those 4 different groups, where should I put my student? Because he wasn't any of them.
Right. Yeah. What was it? You never really could figure out what exactly.
Yes, and I still he by the way was killed in one of the battles.
Wow.
I couldn't like, did he had a nightmare? Did he had like a crazy idea? Did he just make a mistake and he found himself in the middle of this organization and there's no way back, there's no way out? I don't know. I don't want to justify what he did, but I really wish that I could take him out of this. But at that time, he was the one with the weapon, and I didn't.
Yeah.